Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Napoleon's Corner.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. Believe it or not, this is episode 60, and the title is Turning Point. Episode 60, Turning Point. As you know, Napoleon's Corner is its own channel, so please like and subscribe. Please help me out a little bit. I'm trying to build my subscription base, and I really would enjoy and love your support. So please subscribe to the channel. Episode 60, as I said, Turning Point. We all have them in our lives. We all have a turning point, and it's that aha moment where you figure out that something is allowing us, or we need to pivot for some reason, shape, or form. Something happens in our life that hits you, and it makes you stop whatever you're doing, and it becomes a pivotal turning point in your life. I've had a few in my life personally. One of which I was really too young to understand it. But as I got older, I realized that it really was a turning point because it kind of pushed me and it drove me to work hard in every aspect of my life. And believe it or not, I was 4 years old, and that was the death of my 9-year-old sister. When I got older, it became one instance where I understood a turning point in my young life about taking relationships, people, time management, all of that a lot more seriously. I believe another turning point in my life was my freshman year in college at Pittsburgh when my older sister passed away. That was an immediate aha turning point in my life. So we all have them. It could be, like I said, for different things. But here's my point of reference with this particular topic of choice. When you hit that point where you know you have to change something, whatever it is, it becomes incumbent upon you to really sit back and do the best that you possibly can to make the appropriate decision at that point in your life. Sometimes it may be cutting somebody off as far as relationships that are not healthy to you, they become toxic to you personally. Maybe it's a turning point where you have to leave your job and start anew. Maybe it's a turning point in your life where you realize a relationship is not going the way that you want it to go. It's no longer beneficial for either, you or the other person. And it's a turning point where you have to start anew and move on. Maybe it's a turning point in your life where you're tired of not being successful or succeeding, and you think that you deserve or you need more of something, and that aha moment hits you where it's, wait a minute, I keep doing the same exact things, but I'm expecting a different result. That makes no sense. The turning point is I got to stop and decide what direction I'm going in that's going to be more beneficial, that's going to lead me down the path for success, whatever that may be. Whatever the occupation may be, whatever that decision is made, whatever it is, maybe that turning point is that. So turning points come in all different shapes, sizes, whatever. It doesn't matter, big or small. In each of our lives, we hit that point, that pivotal point where, aha, I have to move in a different direction. I have to move a different way. So let me say this, which my mom used to always sit me down, and we would have these very detailed conversations and talks about life in general and everything underneath the sun, believe it or not. And one point of reference, she would always say to me, no matter what your dreams, your goals, your aspirations are, it's up to you to make those dreams, goals, and aspirations a reality, right? So everything that you do working towards that process, you almost have to put the blinders on and be so steadfast and focused on those goals, dreams, and aspirations that you tune out the noise, right? In doing that, the turning points that I'm talking about, that aha moment that I'm talking about, you can identify it a lot easier when you're not being distracted. So my mother's point of reference was, if you're around people that are not doing, and I talked about this before, if you're around people that's not doing the right things for you, then you need to move those people out of your life. It could be a turning point where you know that you're trying to strive to be the best at whatever it is you're doing, and there's others who are hindering you to meet those goals, right? That turning point for you should be, I gotta be smart enough to separate myself so I can reach my goals. And it doesn't mean that you just cut people off and never talk to them again. That's not what I'm talking about. But howsoever, it does mean that you love yourself enough to give yourself a chance to be successful. That turning point is something that's probably more descript for you to make that decision versus somebody else making it for you. Because obviously, if people are around you and they can't see it for themselves, they definitely can't see it for you. In other words, you're working to be successful. People around you, they're not. Then how are they supposed to tune in to what you're trying to accomplish if they're not trying to accomplish something for themselves? You have to be able to digest that. Like, you have to be able to see that. And sometimes we're so close to the situation that we just can't see it. So there's not going to be a necessary turning point there for you unless you can identify those things. When you talk about being detailed and rigid in your thought processes, it's it's so easy, even though we think it's hard. It's so easy to be focused, laser focused on something that you want to achieve. So when you tie that laser focused mentality into a discipline, a burning discipline to just achieve something, I don't care what it is, you repeat that, it's going to provide you a level of success. I've said that before as well. It's going to provide you a level of success no matter what it is that you're doing. But you got to get to a point where you understand what that turning point is, what that experience, that one thing that really almost knocks you out, but you realize that's my turning point. That's it. I'm done. I need to go in this direction. You got to be able to identify that. Doesn't matter to me who or what is trying to stop you. You always have to remember what's important. How is it going to help you get to the next level? And then that becomes your turning point. Once you can identify that, nothing will be able to stop you. Once again, Napoleon's uh, Corner is a channel. Please hit that like button, subscribe to it. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on, so that way each week, each Wednesday, it'll let you know that Napoleon's Corner is up. I greatly appreciate you. I really do. Thank you for those who support me. I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Take care.